a list of overseers in Nigeria set to face the law. Like I said, it's going to be a legal battle. As Femi Falana made this revelation, you are going to hear him speak about their unpatriotic ways and also fleecing their members. According to him, he said it is illegal to use church money to invest in business and privatize it, that you cannot use God's money. That's what they call it, God's money, God's fund. Say, put it in God's basket, put it in the pocket of God, put it in the house of God, put it there. In fact, I heard Bishop David Oyedepo's son, of course, repeating what he said a bishop, Ibiyomi, said, or one of the bishops, and I think he's the number 2 man in Canaan land. He said, whenever you realize that you are running out of money, or maybe you have done an investment and the wasters, or maybe due to your whatever it is, the point is this. He said, once you know that you are getting to the last millions or thousands or hundreds of whatever it is that you have in your hands, the money, quickly put everything in the hand of God. Put it in the hands of God. Let it finish in the hands of God. And say, God, it is in your hands that the money finished. That is, if you have a business or you are losing money or something, just quickly remove everything. Put it in the hands of God. When I heard this, I could not connect it together. Like, how does this make sense? Let's say you made a wrong business decision, or something is happening to you. You just don't understand why you are losing money. He said that you should take everything remaining, bring it to church, and give it to the pastor. Like, God, I have put everything in your hands. Well, let us listen to what Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, has to say, and we'll talk more.
No religious body in Nigeria, right, can operate on its own without check. For instance, there's no law that allows you to take money from the church, invest in business, and privatize it. No, that is against Part C of the CSC, the Kama. And I made this point about 3 years ago, when a private jet bought by a religious leader was used to smuggle dollars to South Africa to the embarrassment of the country. I do say that if you have registered that jet for the spread of evangelism, you cannot commercialize it by renting it out for illegal purposes. So it is only in Nigeria where you can take money from the church, money contributed by poor congregation member. You go and set up a university that the members cannot attend, cannot send their children to. It's against the rule of the law of God. It's against our constitution.
Welcome back. Welcome back. This is called Wahala, Wahala, Wahala. If this is to go to the court, yes, these pastors are rich. They will come up with lawyers. They don't even mind to have like hundreds of it of legal practitioners looking for holes or lacuna. The thing is this: Femi Falana, who is dragging them to the court, will have to show and prove that all these activities, of course, it is there, it is glaring, and that their universities are, I mean, that university, let's look at Covenant University, according to pastors who are what am I going to call them? Let us say they are part of the people who founded the church and those that helped when the church was not this big. They said that Bishop David Oyedepo had made them believe that this was going to be for everybody, like it was a family affair, like it was the Lord God affair with them, like it's a Canaan thing. No, they made them feel that they will be part of it, like we are together, like We are going to build it together. So many of them put in their energy, put in their strength. After the university got built, all of a sudden, Bishop David Oyedepo didn't see any reason why they had to be called in, maybe to make profit of what they had put into the university, or even to bring at least one of their children. Let's say the church had said, my pastors, at least people who have imputed, put more into the ministry. All my pastors, you can bring maybe one of your children or two of your kids to come for schooling here for free. If that is what the bishop had, maybe we will not be saying what we are saying now. Secondly, I heard Bishop David Oyedepo say this when people berated him, when they said that he built university on the back of his church members and gullible church members, and also on the back of his pastors. He said anyone that thinks education is useless or is too expensive, they should rather go by illiteracy. They should go for whatever they want if they think it's too expensive. He said it, and certain people quickly went back to trace Bishop Oyedepo's background, and they said, but you also enjoyed from the donation of people that are not connected to you. You had the opportunity to attend missionary schools, or you went to schools where teachers have been trained for free by these same missionary schools. So how come you, having acquired this, you don't even have primary school? If you don't want to have university, you don't even have primary school that members can come to for free. Let us be sincere about this thing. If you go to countries where things work, and even in Nigeria, we had missionary schools that were free. Yes, there are certain amount of money that people had to pay. Maybe of course, you pay for uniform, but you don't pay for tuition fee like that. Not like the way they charge them in these private universities. No, not at all. And even Redeem, RCCG, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. If you go to Roman Catholic, which I believe we have more of it, if you go to their secondary schools or primary schools, in countries where things work, it is free. There is a platform where you can donate. They ask you to donate this money probably every 6 months or every year. It's not like you are paying tuition fee, like this is the school fees. No. Charity should be charity. Whatever is connected to the church, there should be a huge level of free in it. But that's not what it is. So he said, we will be taking you guys to court because you guys are going against it. You're going against the law here. Let us even focus more on the law, because many of these countries where a lot of people pray to go to, they make sure that their law is so efficient that you cannot misbehave. They have a ministry that handles NGOs, and church falls under it. They want to check your book. They don't want you to, churches don't pay tax. So if you have been exempted because you are doing, in quote, the work of God, then they want to see that you are really doing the work of God. People can donate, but you cannot put a price to it. These universities have a price on it. Canaan University, attached to the church. Church money built it. Now, some people might say it's not church money that built it. That is the books that Bishop David Oyedepo wrote that people bought that he used in building the church. Now, there are some stories of people who started the ministry back then. They said then Bishop David Oyedepo wasn't even concerned about branches bringing money and all of that. He was doing his thing. But when the church now, started having the muscle and things took shape, then they restructured everything. Yeah, I understand that you want to put your ministry in the right direction, but about this bring your money. It's all about bringing your money, put it in the hands of God. The same thing with RCCG too. It's all about the money, bringing the money, put it in the hands of God. If you don't pay tithe, your life will be tight. If you don't pay tithe, your life will be, you will go to hell. Everything is about what you should bring to the church. But what are you getting back? You are blessed in Jesus' name. Your miracle is on the way. You will get it in heaven. Let me pray for you. But they are receiving their own practical, which is the material things in a material world. They are getting their own cash here. You have to use faith to get yours. But you have to bring that practical one to them. Then you now have to now exercise faith. Let us see how this legal battle, tussle. I don't know if Femi Falana wants to cash out too. I don't know if he wants to cash out. Maybe these pastors will just send him, heavy check like, Oga, what's wrong with you? Do you, let's do us. What's wrong with you? They won't do that directly with him. They might say, send in their legal representative to discuss this. And all of a sudden, maybe Femi Falana will not be talking about this anymore. Because if Femi Falana is to go to the court, drag them to the court on this, they will definitely have issues. But, many of these politicians are connected to pastors too. They have their long legs. It's just you members that you have been hoping, praying, wishing. That's why Pastor Abel Damina is like a thorn on their flesh. I'm not saying that he's 100% correct in all that he says or posit, but to an extent, it's like he's disrupting their business empire because they're the ones getting better. All their children, they post them to the countries where things work. They don't post their children to a village somewhere. No. But you can go to the village. It's a learning process. Everybody say it's a learning process. It's a learning process. It's okay. But the thing is this, if you are to put your money in God's work, don't forget that God does not spend money. God does not spend money. Not at all. God does not need your money. This money is used in this physical world. Whatever you do in your church is for this physical world. That's the truth of it. It's for this physical world. If you are to gain or benefit something in heaven, it's okay. But in this physical world, it is okay for you to also benefit. After all, the purpose of donating, bringing money to the church, as it is written in the Bible, is for everybody to be fat. It's for everybody to be good. It's for everybody to be well fed. It's for everybody to be well taken care of. But if everybody is not well taken care of, then what else do you expect? You know what most of them will jump to? They will jump to the Bible verse that says that there will be the poor will always be among you. And they will restructure what it should mean and make it appear like, well, we will always have the poor people among us. If it is so, then the donation that is never ending, the tithe, the offerings that is never ending, should also be there to make sure that those poor people are reduced to the barest minimum. I don't know what you guys think of this one, because Femi Falana is ready to go all the way.